This is one of my favorite monuments in all of Spring Grove, and it's an unusual one in several ways. It's not a family plot. It actually is it's for the International Odd Fellows, which was a fraternal organization that I had only known about through the REM song Odd Fellows Local 151 before this, but they were basically the guild for those not specifically covered in other guilds. Another oddity about this stone is that there's a semicircle of gravestones that are oriented to it as if to an altar, which makes that's unprecedented in the cemetery. One day I was wandering around up here and I saw this plaque which says Robisso Mundhank and Company, Cincinnati. And so I started looking into the artists, and that began an essay about the fact that when this was done, Robisso thought it was going to be one of the crowning achievements of his career. Cincinnati was set to host the National Convention of Oddfellows, and they were going to welcome 20 to 25,000 Oddfellows from all over the U.S. to Cincinnati, and they were going to dedicate the statue. That was in the spring of 1881. Unfortunately, the day before the convention was to start, President Garfield died of wounds received from an assassin's bullet several months earlier. And what happened is they basically shut down the convention. The expected pageantry around the dedication of the statue never happened. It was just, all of it fizzled out. And what happened is I started looking into this and looking into Robisso and Mundhank, into their children, and I ended up writing an essay that's in part about assassins, in part about artists, in part about plumbing in Cincinnati, and in part about the fact that, like all the dead of Spring Grove, artists don't get to choose how they're remembered, or if they're remembered, or what they're remembered for. You just don't know what's going to fall face down in the muck of memory, and all you can do is do your work, live your life, make your things that will stay, and then and see what gets remembered. And so the essay is basically exploring the accidents of reputation and the accidents of history and what gets preserved and why. But this is a gorgeous piece. That's Moses at the top, I believe.